We are now approaching 1 year to the day that Madeline Soto was last seen alive. At just 13 years old, celebrating her 13th birthday party, surrounded by people who loved her. That is how Madeline spent the last day she had on Earth, and I'm going to show you what happened next. This is one of the last photos taken of Madeline Soto. Police trace Madeline Soto's cell phone to her birthday party at Grandma's house from 6:05 p.m. to roughly 7:49 p.m., where she'll get a ride home from her aunt. As Madeline makes her way home, Stephan is not far behind her. But this is where we come into our first discrepancy. When did Stephan arrive in Kissimmee?
So I tried reaching Stephan. He called me when he got to Kissimmee Sunday.
Any idea when he called you?
I know exactly because I wrote out the timeline this morning.
Okay.
6:48 p.m.
Okay.
But then I noticed on some pass that he was out around 8:30, 8:48, and there were two some pass tolls. And I said, well, maybe they had gone out or something. But I said, okay, that's a little weird.
So what time did Stephan Sterns arrive in the Kissimmee, Orlando area? Is it 6:38 like Dad recalls and has a Sun Pass receipt for? Or is it 8:23 p.m.? It is now 8:30 p.m. Madeline Soto is already home. And at this point, so has Stephan Sterns, where they will remain alone for 2 hours. What were they doing alone? As of right now, no one knows. That's 2 hours unaccounted for. It's 10:07 p.m. and Jennifer Soto is now leaving work and headed home. Jennifer Soto has now arrived home. At about 11:30 p.m., Jennifer sends her daughter Madeline and ex-boyfriend Stephan Sterns upstairs to bedroom number 4 to get a good night's sleep. Around 11:30 p.m., Jen Soto's roommate also comes home, where she describes hearing a constant knocking noise until she goes to sleep at 12:30 a.m. According to court documents, Stephan Sterns leaves around 7:30 in the morning to drive Madeline to school, leaving behind both Madeline and Stephan's cell phones. Police were able to track Stephan Sterns' movement through license plate readers when he didn't have his cell phone. Police also collected CCTV footage. In that footage, we are able to see Stephan Sterns remove Madeline Soto from his passenger seat, limp and lifeless, into the trunk of his car, 9:30 a.m. that morning, and drove home, just passing Jennifer Soto as she was entering her doctor's appointment that day. When Stephan arrives home, we learn that Madeline Soto's cell phone is turned back on. Stephan decides to do some laundry, take out some garbage, and heads to the vape shop. Stephan Sterns is on CCTV making his purchase at the vape shop at 11:22 a.m. Here we find another discrepancy in time. As you can see, Jennifer Soto is already home. Stephan Sterns is not. He has his cell phone on him and he's being followed with license plate readers. So we are certain he was not home. So the question becomes, How did you misplace 20 minutes worth of time if this is an honest mistake? Or did you lie on purpose? Here you can see he's being traced on a license plate reader as he makes his way back to the townhouse. If court documents are correct, Stephan Sterns has now returned home with Maddie in the trunk of his car. Now, according to Jennifer Soto, she claims Stephan Sterns was already in her home at her desk on his phone when she arrives home from the doctor's office, which we now know is not true. But if we continue on with that narrative, she claims they had discussed their plans for the day and arranged to meet up back at the townhouse in time to pick up Maddie from school together. Sterns supposedly told Jennifer that he had a few errands to run. During this time, he'll get a flat tire all the way in St. Cloud. Because he got the flat tire, he was late. He did not have his cell phone on him, so he couldn't even tell her. So she went on without him to the school. Now, while Jen is at school, Stephan's made it home, and he's decided to continue cleaning. Jen waits for Maddie at the front of the car line, just like any other day, but Maddie doesn't come out. Around 4:45 p.m., Stephan Sterns makes his way to Jennifer Soto. Maddie's family and friends gather at Jennifer Soto's mother's place of work, where the family will call police 3 separate times and ask for police to send someone right away. Maddie is missing. Stephan Sterns is accused of Madeline's murder. He is facing 2 separate trials. The first trial is for the abuse of Madeline Soto, which is set to begin February 24th, 2025, just 1 year to the day that Madeline was last seen alive at her 13th birthday party, surrounded by people who love her. Her second trial is scheduled to begin September of 2025.